Hey guys, Forbidden here, bringing you another audio commentary, and this time I'm playing against Ichorid. So, I don't know this at the time that I choose to keep this hand, but I mean, this hand is definitely a keeper. So I've got Stoneforge Mystic, Jotun Grunt, Force Daze, um, 3 lands. So I mean, it's a pretty solid hand leading into the end game against any deck. And then my opponent mulligans to 5. So I figure he's probably like Ichorid or, well now I know he's Ichorid. So he plays the City of Brass. It's like, oh, he's Ichorid, and then he plays the Tireless Tribe. So he's Ichorid. Um, I still float a mana, out of habit from days. He's Ichorid, so he can't do anything, but still, good habit. Incidentally, so I had the choice to either force it or daze it, and I chose to daze it, even though it slows down my Stoneforge Mystic play. The reason was I was really hoping to top deck into another blue spell. So if I do that, I get another Force of Will up to Force of Will his next play, and then I'm in really good shape. It's pretty rare that Ichorid has 3 discard outlets, so that puts me in pretty good shape. Alright, so he's got Cabal Therapy, but he doesn't have any Dredgers. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you mulligan to 5, but he doesn't have any Dredgers, so he can't really do anything right now. He pitched Ichorid and Cabal Therapy, so he's got some decent graveyard spells. So I'm just gonna cast the Jotun Grunt, get rid of those. Obviously, I wouldn't want to cast a Stoneforge Mystic because then it would get a Jitty, but then he could Cabal Therapy it. So I want to cast the Grunt first, move his stuff under. And really, with Grunt in play, like, he'll have a lot of trouble dredging. Even if he top decks a Dredger, pitches it to Ichorid him next turn. I mean, how likely is it that he's going to dredge, a lot of stuff out of it? So I'm telling him to put the Cabal Therapy and the Ichorid under, add a counter to Grunt. Grunt's pretty cool this game. Okay, so I didn't mention this before, but I did draw a second blue spell, so I'm glad that I only dazed the first discard outlet. So I can still Force of Will if he tries to do some kind of breakout play, i.e. breakthrough. And I mean, at this point, he's in pretty rough shape because I've got a Jitty coming out in the next turn or two. If I draw land, it'll come out next turn. I'll G-Quip. If I don't draw land, I'll still get it, 2 turns from now, and I've got the Jotun Grunt. So if he tries to discard a Dredger or something, if he tries to get something going, then Jotun Grunt's gonna just chomp his graveyard down, put it all back. Okay, so he's sacking the Gemstone Mine, and he's playing a Golgari Thug. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I'll try my best not to kill it. But actually, if I run it over with Jotun Grunt, he still can't dredge because that means Grunt will live another turn. So I actually should care. I should have told him to put Gemstone Mine and Careful Study under, keep Tireless Tribe under, so that way when Golgari Thug dies, he has to mill himself for, or he has to put the creature on top, and the Tireless Tribe is absolutely useless. He's already got a Ichorid Imp out. So I'm deciding where to put the Jitty. Grunt's probably going to die next turn, so I should just put it on the Stoneforge Mystic right now, and I do that. So I swing. If he blocks with the Golgari Thug, then I wipe his team and I put the Jitty on Withered Wayfarer next turn, so it doesn't do him any good. So I'm shooting the Ichorid Imp, so that way he can't discard after his draw step. I mean, again, he's in pretty bad shape, so I have to sack the Grunt. Unfortunately, I couldn't fill up the graveyard fast enough, but I'm still able to build counters. So I swing with the Stoneforge Mystic, and he blocks with the Golgari Thug. So he does have a Putrid Imp in his graveyard, so I tell him he has to put that on top. Or I recheck the text on Golgari Thug first. But I mean, I was playing like that. So I mean, it's little things like little things in the game really matter. So it's a Golgari Thug is a dredge. I think dredge 4. I haven't played dredge in a while. I really don't like it. Like conceptually, I just don't like the deck. But yeah, Golgari Thug's a dredge 4. But if he's only dredging, but if the top dredge is going to be the Putrid Imp again, then it's only like a dredge 3, and so it's a lot weaker. And as you can see, I'm building up counters like crazy. All right, so he doesn't get anything useful on the dredge, and so he scoops. So sideboard time. So I've really got a lot of Ichorid hate like in my sideboard, which is nice. I've got Ghostly Prison, Wheel of Sun and Moon, Relic, Crypt, 3 Burnt and Forged Tenders, and 2 Enlightened Tutors to search for those, as well as a last copy of Jotun Grunt. So all that stuff comes in. I cut Moms, Weathered Wayfarers, and 2 Spell Pierce. And the reason why I'm cutting Spell Pierce is that I know I'm going to be on the draw, and so what you really want Spell Pierce to do is you want to counter their first discard outlet. But in this case, their first discard outlet, is going to be played before I have a blue mana up, no matter what. The other thing is blue-white tempo really wants to play on the first couple turns, and so only from the play do you really want to keep Spell Pierce in. So his first discard. Okay, so I keep this hand. It's got a force. Pretty much that's all you need to know about it. It's kind of land light, but I'll probably draw into another land. I've got a couple draw steps, and it had Sword, Stoneforge Mystic, and Ether Vial. So it's going to be fast enough to keep up with my opponent. So that was a nice top deck, Arid Mesa. So I have the choice to cast the Stoneforge Mystic. I'm going to wait for the Vial. So I Brainstorm right away. I've already got a dead card. I've got the Vial. So I'm thinking I'll probably draw another either land or something, put it back, and then shuffle. So I get the full Ancestral Recall out of the Brainstorm. But actually in this case, it turns out that I top deck Enlightened Tutor. So I also get a Ghostly Prison, but that really doesn't matter at this point, because what matters is that I'm going to get Wheel of Sun and Moon. And Wheel of Sun and Moon is basically game against Ichorid. That's why I really recommend that people play it. You can also use it against like Painter Servant, so that they can't mill you to death. You can use it against, whatever, Solidarity, so they can't mill you, which is pretty nice. But it's really, really strong graveyard hate. Like there's nothing in the game that's stronger. They can't even get tokens off the crypt. So I'm going for Wheel of Sun and Moon. I checked his graveyard. He doesn't have he didn't go get Rave Revelation with his dredge. So here I go. Here's Wheel of Sun and Moon. I'm double checking his graveyard to make sure he doesn't have Rave Revelation. I already checked that he didn't have it before, but just checking it again. So my opponent's not playing, so I assume he's typing up some dick thing like, oh, like what's it targeting? So I tell him it's targeting him, but I think my opponent after the game I found out I think my opponent was just looking through his deck to see if he had any enchantment removal, and he doesn't. So he says okay to the Wheel of Sun and Moon, and then he says it's game. Doesn't even draw his card. GG.